Catch me 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. every Friday on Black Culture Radio. And don't forget that you can listen to any show you want at any time on Mixcloud. If you go to mixcloud.com and put JJ Music Lover 75 into the search bar, you'll find all my shows and mixes.
What up? What up? You right here with MC Wicks. This is the history of hip hop with JJ on Black Culture Radio.
Okay, we are here in the house once again. Another week, another dope MC. This time in the house all the way from Fresno, California. We have MC Wicks. How you doing, sir?
What up? What up? Thanks for having me, man. I'm blessed, blessed to have another day here on earth. We out here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thanks for this, man. Thank you. So I might as well start. How you living, man? Are you busy, or are you chilling at the minute? Just in general, in life-wise and career-wise?
I've been working on this new project called Infinite Power. And it's going to be dope, man. It's going to be crazy. Like, I got into a lot of my storytelling or, like, street commentary type music for a while, but I'm going back to the essence where it's just hard bars, MC, and braggadociousness. I got a little bit of enlightened stuff on there. It's a good balance between all my styles, but I had to get back to my battle rap mode, back to talking my sass. So the next project is that raw Infinite Power. That's what I've been working on right now, and just doing some shows here and there,
Yeah.
That's all.
Cool, man. So yeah, like I said, I took a little dip into your back catalogue. You've been going since about 2015 as it comes to releases, somewhere around there, yeah?
Yeah. My first one, Never Had a Dollar 2014. So that's my first project that's like 10 years old, man. It just turned 10. So It's been a decade in the game putting music out on all platforms,
Yeah. All right, cool, man. I want to get back to the beginning. I want to get back to the essence. Where does hip hop start for you? When did you kind of discover this genre and think, man, this is dope. I like this. I want more of this. What kind of years are we talking? What kind of artists are we talking?
My older sister, she was always playing when I was a kid, like in elementary, when I was like, 6, 7, 8, from like 6 to 10, she was here, and she was playing like Ice Cube and NWA and Tupac and a lot of the West Coast stuff like Too Short, E40, So Brother Lynch Hung, X-Rated. So I always had it in my life, I always had it around in the background at some point. But when I got into hip hop heavy on my own was probably around like 2008. Because we would just listen to music on the radio, and around that time I wasn't really feeling the hip hop that was on the radio. So I was like listening to more like rock stations, classic rock stations, or different rock at the time, like early thousands. But then around 2008, I wasn't liking the way that sounded either. So one of my homies introduced me to Necro and Immortal Technique.
All right.
And then I heard that, and I was like, damn, this is dope. Like, this is from the 90s. And he's like, nah, this came out not too long ago. And I was like, oh, all right. So then I started to dig into the underground. And once I dug into the underground is when I fell in love with the culture on another level. But it started from Necro, Immortal Technique, and then it went from like Biggie to Big Pun to Wu-Tang to Nas, and it expanded.
That's when you fell down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Like at that time in life, like everything on the radio waves, I wasn't feeling. So I had to dig into the underground, and then it let me know that hip hop never went anywhere. It just went underground,
Yeah. This is what I try and tell people all the time, man. And what about music generally? What kind of music did you grow up with? Like, I know you said your sister was playing hip hop, but what kind of influences did your parents kind of bring and stuff like that?
We listened to like oldies like Brenton Wood, like the Temptations, a lot of Motown, Smokey Robinson. That was like what my parents were listening to. My dad liked B.B. King a lot. And then I got a lot of relatives. They were all into different things, so I'm well rounded musically. Like I said, my older sister liked the gangster rap.
Yeah.
Then I had my brother. He liked like Nine Inch Nails. He liked like Marilyn Manson, Red Hot
Mhm.
Chili Peppers, Rage Against the Machine, Metallica. Then I had another sister that was more into like the more hippie, like alternative music. So
Mm.
I got to get influenced by all these genres just between different relatives. And then, you know, lyricism, like East Coast or underground hip hop, that's when I found my own
Mm.
identity. Like this is my shit, That the rest that was them, but that was me, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
lyricism.
I get you, man. I
That's
get
what I
you.
was gonna do.
Mm. And bringing it more up to date, who have you been vibing with recently, either inside hip hop or outside of hip hop?
Griselda, all the Griselda cats were dope, man. Like West
Yeah.
Side Gun,
Mm.
Conway the Machine. That's like my favorite out the camp. And
Hmm.
recently I've been bumping Rock Marciano.
Hmm.
I know Evidence been doing it for a minute, but I've been throwing Evidence back into rotation heavy.
Mm.
I'm always listening to Planet Asia. Shout out Planet Asia.
Oh, of course.
As far as like newer artists, I guess like La Russell, maybe La Russell and Larry June are the like more current artists that I've been hearing.
All right, cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played a Planet Asia tune last week, and I've said it before, man. I don't think he's ever dropped a whack verse in his life. It's just on point every single time. I love that guy, man. I love that guy. And Griselda,
Crazy
of course,
Cadillac too.
Yeah. So, um, coming more back to you, when did your creativity begin? When, like, I know you said you were listening to all these different artists, and then your family was bringing all these genres, but when did you like start writing for yourself? When did you think, I'm gonna try this, man?
In 2008 is when I started my journey as far as like becoming a writer and rapping.
Okay.
But I always wanted to do art because it comes back to my family as well. Like one of my sisters will write like poetry. One of my brothers did graffiti.
Hmm.
Another one would paint and draw. My dad would paint and draw, and he was into like philosophy. Everyone had their talent or their thing, and I always wanted to find mine. So I tried to dabble in graffiti for a little bit, and I wasn't no good. I got caught real easy. I can't run from the cops. That's not like one of my strong points.
Mm.
And then one day I just they're freestyling at my school, and I just jumped in and I bodied it, and the crowd went crazy, and I was like, "Oh, this is it. This is the art form." So ever since that day, I jumped into cipher, and then I just immediately knew that was it. I
Yeah.
started writing immediately since 2008. Yeah.
Okay. And when did it actually start to? I mean, obviously, like you said, I know your first one came out in 2014, but I mean, was there sort of anything in that period between 2008 and 2014 where it was like a decision, like this is what I'm gonna? Was it in 2008 that is what this is what I'm gonna try and do with my life, or was it just like fun up until a later period where it was like I'm gonna take this absolutely seriously now?
I took it pretty serious from the beginning, but
Hmm.
the life-changing moment, and I'll try to say the quick version because I've said this story a good amount of times, so I'll try to summarize it. But in 2011, the first hip hop show I ever went to was KRS-One and Planet Asia at Fresno
Oh,
State.
oh wow.
So yeah, KRS-One, he did a lecture
Hmm.
because it's a college during the day. So I left high school to go to the School of Hip Hop, and I went over there. I listened to the lecture, and then in the night they had a concert, so I just waited on campus till that time. And KRS killed it. Planet Asia bodied it. That's the hometown hero, man, hometown legend right there. So that's like the rock him of the town. So
Hmm.
when I'm in the crowd, I see they're on stage, and I'm having fun. This is my first show, so it's real dope, real exciting, and I'm having a lot of fun. But I look at the MCs and I see their expressions, and I'm thinking they're having just as much fun, if not more.
Hmm.
And I was like, this is what they do for a living. This is how they eat. This is 24/7. This is life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, right then and there, I knew I really, really wanted to do it. Like if I could have fun all year long, just rocking MC and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I could create the feeling I'm having in the audience in the future, if I could be on the other side of that, be on the stage and see someone having that same kind of feeling, you know, trying to recreate that moment, but from the standpoint of the MC. And at the end of the cipher, KRS-One, he at the end of the show, my bad. At the end of the show, KRS-One said, "Let's have a cipher on the mic." So everybody jumped in, and I was the youngest one there. I was 16 at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trying to grab the mic, and people are passing the mic over me, like skipping me, you know. But some dude, I wish I knew who he was. He said, "I see you, little homie." He's like, "You want to rap? Next time they pass it to me, I'm gonna pass it to you." So he rapped. He passed the mic to me. I bodied it. I obliterated it. And KRS-One, he used to tour with his wife, and I think his son DJ'd for him. And he had the book, The Gospel of Hip Hop, at the time.
Yeah.
So after the show, his wife walked up to me and she asked if I got a book. And I said, nah, I wasn't able to get one. And she said, all right, I'll give you one. So I followed her backstage, and then we went by the green room. And I thought she was just gonna like open the door and just hand me the book, you know. But she's like, it's all right, come in. And KRS was there, and he showed love. He gave props. He told me a story, you know what I mean? He gave me words of encouragement, and I kind of zoned out because the moment was crazy for me. But the one thing I remembered is he said, he's like, one day I'm gonna be on the stage and I'm gonna pass you the mic.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know the concept of manifestation at the moment. I didn't even know the word.
Mm-hmm.
But what he did was he planted a seed, he planted a dream, he planted a vision of manifestation. And subconsciously, I just started doing that. I always thought about, how am I going to make this happen? Like, do I got to get big enough to go on tour, get on a festival? From that day, I was like, I got to, like, I can never stop until I make that moment or that statement reality.
Dope.
And I went to every show and I grinded crazy for 5 years. KRS, he comes back to Fresno. I sneak in the show because I'm not old enough to get in there, but I sneak in there, and he does the same thing again at the end of the show. He opens the mic up, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm walking to the stage, and his wife sees me, and she goes, "Hey, you." I said, "You remember me?" She said, "Of course I do." Then I go on stage, and KRS says, "What up, man?" And I go, "You remember me?" And he says, "Of course I do." And KRS-One's hype man raps, and KRS-One raps, and then he passes me the mic, and the vision, the seed becomes reality, you know. And
That's
I've
dope.
been living my life based off of that ever since that day, you know, manifestation.
That's dope. That's dope. I like that a lot, man. Okay. So where did you come up with your name? Did you have any other names before you just went with MC Wicks, or has it kind of been that from the beginning?
I had some few other names. They were terrible, man. I don't even want to say it, but what I'll say with this about MC Wicks, like when I first got into rap, when I was younger, I liked violence a lot. Like in movies, whoever was the most violent character, that was my favorite. Video games,
Mhm.
the most violent, that was my favorite. So like that even transferred into music. So at the time when I first was rapping, like my favorite rappers were Brother Lynch Hung and Necro, like hardcore, gory.
Yeah, yeah.
So I wanted my name to symbolize like craziness or wickedness or insanity or something, but I can't be wicked because it's like everybody's wicked. I can't be insane. Everyone's insane. So like I was like, all right, I'm gonna just be Wicks. And
Mm-hmm.
then I put the MC in front of my name. It's like it's just a bar and the expectation and the level to reach. I gotta live up to my name. If I'm not moving the crowd, if I'm not controlling the mic, then I'm gonna have to change my name. So every time I'm on stage or I'm on the mic, I have to be an MC.
Yeah,
Because if not, it's fraudulent. So
yeah.
that's just the bar I gave myself. I put it in front of my name. So I always gotta meet this expectation. I gotta be an MC, move the crowd, microphone controller, master of ceremony.
Mm.
And yeah, that's crazy because nobody was really calling themselves MC. That's like more of a thing of the 80s, but
Yeah.
I took it back. I took it back there, and I stuck with it. Stuck with it, and we're here now.
And that kind of brings you back to KRS-One, because he's got that track called the MC, hasn't he, where he spells out, the expectations, and you putting MC on the front of your name to kind of live up to them expectations. It's like a little full circle thing there. The first thing when you said about the MC, I thought of that KRS-One song, man.
Yeah.
And then obviously your story about KRS-One, it's like all, it all fits together. So I like that a lot, man. All right. So do you have a set way of completing tracks? Or is it, do you hear a track first and then it's like, I've got bars for that? Or do you have like an extensive rhyme book and you just spit them when you hear the song?
I do it all many different ways. Sometimes I'll come and I'll write 2 or 3 bars, and then my mind will go blank.
Mm.
And instead of like overthinking it, I'll turn off the beat and come back the next day, write 1 bar. It doesn't matter. I've wrote like that before, where I write like line by line, and then by the end of the week we got a song completed. But then there's other times where you'll hear the beat and you'll feel it, and it will just all happen like it could all happen in like 15 minutes. Sometimes, sometimes it feels like a higher power is just taking control of the pen, and you're just there, just being the vessel for it.
Yeah.
But one of my mentors, shout out my homie Cubic from the schoolyard. He's an OG out here, Fresno legend. When I first made a track with him, he wrote his raps so quick and they were so dope that it was somewhat intimidating. And he had like a whole song written in like 20 minutes. And I was barely like halfway in my verse. And I was young at the time. And he seen what was going on. And he goes, he just told me everything under the sun has been said and done. So don't overthink it. Just do it your way.
Yeah.
Put your own flavor, put your own personality, your own soul, your own spirit on everything, because it's all been said. It's all been done. We've been here for thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years. So after that, that made writing a lot more easier to not overthink, not overanalyze, because it could work against you,
Yeah. Okay. Do you have a certain vision for your albums? Is there a certain trajectory as you move from album to album, or do they kind of each stand alone?
At times, I'll have the concept or the direction before I even write. And those are some of my favorite ones, like Silvertooth Davies. I already knew that I wanted that to be like the story of my life, like pretty much. If I could go back in time, what would I tell my younger self with all the knowledge I gained from, conversations with family members or homies or OGs or seeing people in the street? Or you can learn from everywhere. You can learn from many places. So my concept was just to talk to my younger self. So at times I'll have concepts, but other times I'll just start the project, and then by the time you're like 8 songs in, 10 songs in, you could listen to the project and you'll get an idea where I'll get an idea of where my mind state is. There'll be like a reoccurring like word or statement or message or philosophy. So when I don't got a title and I don't got a direction, I'll just make the songs and I'll listen to the music and I'll find the direction that I subconsciously put in there. A lot of things we do subconsciously, like my album Gambling with Rap. I didn't have a direction and I didn't have a name, but I just made the album. And then I was like, what am I gonna call it? And then in my raps, I realized I always mentioned that this is a gamble, chasing your dreams, trying to make a career, rolling the dice. I had all these kind of like references that were like talking about I'm taking a leap of faith, chasing my passion. And the word gamble appeared maybe like in like 2 or 3 songs, and I was like, oh, that's it. I'm talking about gambling with rap. I didn't even know it. So sometimes when you don't got a title, if you listen closely, it's hidden in in the lyrics, it's hidden in the message, if you listen closely.
Yeah. Okay, man. So, do you feel any stress as pertains to being an MC from Fresno or from California? Because there's so many, obviously, hip hop luminaries that come from the state or, you know, around your area. Do you feel any stress with, you know, living up to such legends coming from that area? Or is it just, you know, easy for you? I'm doing my thing and, you know what I mean, people are vibing to it. So that's good enough for me kind of thing.
I'm happy and I'm blessed to be from an area where a lot of elite MCs are. You know, I feel like not necessarily stressed, but I feel like I'm trying to look for the right word. Like an expectation, like I gotta carry on tradition. I got a good level to reach. I got a good goal in sight. And I think I embrace the challenge, you know, that's my personality is I embrace the challenge. I don't really run from it. So I'm happy that I'm from Fresno, you know. Planet Asia's from here, Fashion's from here. There's a lot of other legends from here that never got international exposure that are really dope. And my personality has always been to surround myself with people that I think that are better than me, that are sharper than me. So some of that could rub off on me, their philosophy, their way of thinking, you know. I always some people want to be a big fish in a small pond, but I just want to be a big fish with the rest of them, you know, just want to be on that level, you know, with the rest of the greats. So yeah, nah, I don't feel nervous about it. I feel like it's a good environment to be around. You always want to be around the best. To be the best, you got to be around the best.
Yeah. And you've worked with Planet Asia and Fashion, haven't you? You've got tracks with them. How was that? Is there any stories you can tell me about those comings together, those features?
Yeah, I met Planet Asia at the show too with the KRS.
Yeah.
I I recently around that time I recently got into his music, and I met him and I spit some rhymes and he gave me props and he said, you know, keep writing, keep doing your thing. And then throughout the years, I'll just see him when he's in town or doing a show, and he always gave love and respect and wisdom, and just organically, it's crazy the timing, but that was in February of 2011 when I met him, and then exactly 10 years later, in February of 2021, I dropped our first music video on our first song. So that to me, that was crazy. I always obsessed with the number 10, like 10 years, 10,000 hours mastery, you know, and I was like you said earlier, like if I was playing around or having fun with hip hop, and I guess I was to an extent, but after that KRS One show is that's the day I clocked in.
Yeah.
That's the way I clocked in 100%. So I put in 10,000 hours of work, and the fruits of my labor was that record with Planet Asia. So like I always knew the number 10 that it has a lot of power. There's something behind it. But Fashion as well, it's kind of the same thing. Like Fashion, his first album dropped when Boy Meets World, when I was a freshman in high school. And to me that was inspiration on another level because Fashion's actually where his neighborhood, he's from like 2 or 3 streetlights away from me. Like we grew up on the same side of town. We grew up on the east side. So seeing him blow up and do these shows overseas and be on the cover of Double XL with, you know, Wiz Khalifa, Nipsey Hussle, and see all these crazy things going on, it was a big inspiration. And I'll go to all his shows. Anytime he was in Fresno, I was there. And that's kind of how he met me. And it's kind of similar, like say a few words throughout the years at events, and then fast forward 5, 6, 7 years later, 8 years later, we got a record. So good things happen in good time, man, especially when it's organic is better, you know?
Okay, that's cool, man. That's cool. So what what do you do, or is there anything that you're sort of into outside of hip hop, outside of music, either leisure wise or business wise? Is there something that you're not doing yet that you'd like to try outside of hip hop?
I think I want to try to. I want to get into cinematography because recently I dabbled with the psychedelics, and one of my favorite things to do on psychedelics is watch cinematic movies or like animations, very vibrant colors, very musical things, very artistical things, like just pretty much eye candy. And
Mm.
so I would do these trips and watch all these different movies. Fantasia is one of my favorite ones. The animation, the Disney, man. Well, if you get high,
Yeah,
watch that movie, you're gonna have a good time. But
yeah.
I started looking into experimental film, and
Mm.
I got into it. I dove deep into it. I even like studied the history of film. Like was watching movies back in the 1920s, even German films. So if I jump in another art film, another art field, I think it will be film if I were to ever jump in somewhere else, And I dabble in poetry as well, but that's too similar. It's too hand in hand with rap.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a little different, but film would be me like going completely left field into another art field. So
Mhm.
that might be it, man. Film.
I mean, I think obviously there's similarities, you know what I mean? Obviously you try to paint pictures with your words. If you're doing visuals, you're just trying to visualize, instead of saying it into a microphone, you're just trying to put it on a picture for other people to see. But I think it's the same thing. Well, not the same thing, obviously, it's a lot different. It's a lot different discipline, but I think it's the same avenue. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it's that much different.
All art is connected. That's
Yeah.
that's why that's one of my favorite movies is Fantasia, because it has all art forms. It has
Mhm.
the live orchestra, it has the music element, it has the animation element, it has the rhythm and the timing, because the animation is moving with the rhythm of the music. It's like synchronized. So like pretty much every single form of art is put into that one masterpiece.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's all at the end of the day, everything is connected and it is all art, like you said, yeah.
All right, man, cool. Yeah, so um where can people reach you? Can you just let people know? Can you just go over the album that you're working on that you got coming out, and then just give us all your socials for people to go and check you out?
Oh yeah, Infinite Power, man, that's coming soon. Look out for that. And right now my current thing out is Internal Healing. Check that out on all platforms.
Mhm.
And you can find me on Instagram, MC_Wicks_559.
Mhm.
YouTube is Wicks MC. My Bandcamp is mcwicks.bandcamp.com, and MC Wicks on all streaming platforms.
Okay, man. Yeah, man. Like I said, I've been into you for. I think obviously it wasn't Internal Healing. It was the one you brought out like October of 22. That's the album that I kind of like caught onto you, and then obviously I've been seeing you a lot on Instagram this year, and that's why I thought I'd get in touch. And and like I said, since then I've been down to your back catalogue. So yeah, man, it's all dopeness. It's all blessings. Thank you for giving me your time. And yeah, MC Wicks, man, just keep up the good work. Keep putting out the hotness, man. It's dope, and I'm looking forward to this new project coming out, man. Thank you for your time.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Follow me on all social media platforms at JJMusicLover75, and also follow Black Culture Radio on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok.